You lost your precious mom. How did your relationship with
ITV, certainly the best.
Barrister, you just mentioned women in such situation. It's very important to prioritize them first. Where do you think they can go to get this counseling or being able to be spoken to and allow them to take a decision on what they want to do?
Okay, I think in Lagos there are a lot of report agencies in terms of rape. We have a whole lot of foundations that take care of rape victims, even for the married ones. There are a lot of agencies in Lagos that take care of something like that. So they could approach any one of these agencies. I think their numbers are online, they're everywhere. You could just Google it and then call the number. That is the first step. And then from there, they take it from there. They take you through counseling and all of that. So apart from that, the legal aspect is also there. When something like that happens, you have to, go to court, to try to get the victim justice from there and all of that. And that is also going to add to the trauma, having to come to court and then relive the situation all over again, even if you want to keep the baby. It's not as easy as it seems.
The situation will keep coming fresh.
It will keep coming because by the
Okay,
time
but
they
that's a
address the
situation
issue-
where you know the rapist. That's a situation because some of these people just do and take off. You might not know who exactly the person is.
That is true. So that is also one of the reasons why it's important they reach out to these agencies, these foundations, for help. And many of them are free. They do their thing based
Can I
on...
suggest that? I know all these foundations. About those, to me, I feel that the clinics, every clinic in Nigeria should have a counselor before you even want to carry out. Let them fully assess your situation, just in case you might change your mind and have a positive
one talk
just
with
because they might not want to reach out to call it anything, but it's going to be at the point where you're about to go and do the abortion and everything. I think there should be in all the clinics that are doing it a place where they can have both ways, and this is the positive, this is the
negative part of it,
and talk to the husband, counsel them and say, see whether they can keep the child.
You just brought in a good aspect of this conversation, which has to do with the husband. You said the husband. Now, in Africa, do you think any man would want to stay with a wife who was pregnanted by a rapist?
A true African man will not, if you ask me. A true African man with pride. The average African man is with full pride.
What does pride got to do with it?
It is, because when you bring such a thing, and the man ordinarily may want to, accept, maybe after the agreement with the wife. But when you think of what family will say, what will I tell my family? What will the society say? Some men with their pride wouldn't want to, be associated with such
To
thing.
me, that's no pride. That's being a coward. Because it's not about you.
Okay.
Whatever happens, you're in a marriage with somebody, right? And then this happens to your wife. So what is it to be your ego? What has your ego got to do with the situation?
That is what we're talking about. That's an African man for you. African man will not say they are coward. You can never see an African man that will tell you, he's a coward. It's pride. There are certain things they would have accepted or agreed to do ordinarily without raising any shoulder. But because of the pride in them, they wouldn't.
Well, that's true. The stigma that is attached
the community.
to it.
Yeah.
And
the people know how to actually to call their names. You can just be going on the road and the next somebody is pointing at you. And this is how many people can take that? Except you are this, you must be very enlightened and well read to accept some certain things.
Anyways, this is so sad, talking about it and just visualizing if it's real, what will the woman be going through? Because all this affects the woman more.
Yeah.
All of this affects the woman more.
A lot.
Psychologically, mentally, what we should
physically, emotionally.
That's why I said
that could even lead to
prioritizing the
suicide.
woman.
Yeah.
Yes, that could lead to suicide. You just be wondering.
It will
it's
traumatize
not enough
her.
that I'm raped and then I'm pregnant on top of
Pregnant.
all. Anyway, let's move forward. Let's leave DNA, pregnancy to all those that it concerns. Yes, okay. So let's move on to, we're talking about women, we're women seated here, conversing, talking about women. What barriers do you think exist for women in leadership? Let's take example, or taking a look at Senator Natasha, being a woman in the House of Senate and all what she went through. Do you think it was a barrier that made her to go through that? Do you think it's a man's world, like the men would say it? Okay, the House of Senate is the man's world, so she has no right to speak whatsoever. What's your thing?
I think obviously we are in Nigeria, and then if you look at the political space, right, of how the gender balance in the political world, you can see that we've never had a female president. And aside that, if you're checking the number of people in the Senate, men are more than the women. And so this gender imbalance is already a male-dominated sector in the political world, where women's voices are being suppressed. And so, the fact that she came out to say, what was done wrong to her, she came out and then she was really, bold enough and courageous enough to take that, ahead, that thing. That is just the exceptional thing about her that every other woman should emulate, because not everybody would come out. That silence part is what kills women the most.
Yeah.
This happens to me, I will lose my job. She didn't care about whatever anybody has got to say. She just was courageous to say whatever has happened, the way it happened, and I'm going to fight until my voice is heard. So I think that is one of the barriers, being that gender imbalance. You're in a place where men are male, they are more dominating, in a particular sector. You find yourself in that particular situation. So yeah.
I have a something I want to say. I love Natasha. I love her boldness. I love her courage. She did not just stand up for herself, if you ask me. She stood up for every African child. She stood up for every African girl child out there. You understand? Generation unborn will come to hear of this situation that happened to her. In the House of Senate, I think we have like 3 or 4 women. They did not just, they tried to oppress her, to suppress her, and to intimidate her. To top it all, they bullied her. She was thrown all sorts of pebbles. But what did she do with it? She built her strength with all the pebbles they threw at her. She's a source of inspiration, encouragement to every African child. The bully was just too much. I salute her courage. She was courageous enough to speak. Even when they bully her up to this time of resumption, they did want her to resume. You understand? She kept talking. She kept speaking. Why are they always bullying the woman? Why are they always silencing the woman? They don't want the woman to speak. There is no nation that can strive and succeed without the woman. When it's time for election, they come back to the women. When it is time for voting, they come back to the women. And when it is time to speak, to share the national, to build the national cake.
Go ahead and say it.
They want to sideline the woman.
Yeah,
I like politics. I would have been in politics by now because I actually work with politicians. But I'm not there because they will call you names. They will tag you names because they see you as maybe you're a woman, you shouldn't be here, you should be at the back, you shouldn't be speaking. But they have an opinion.
In the other room.
Exactly. You can be seen but not heard.
You can be seen and not heard. And not everybody are wired like that. Some people are wired to be heard. Some people are wired to speak not for themselves, for their generation. Just like Natasha did. Natasha did not speak for only herself. She spoke for a lot of women out there. Natasha has given voice to the voiceless. Some women in their offices, in their corporate organization, cannot speak. Look at the case of the national NYC gay. she was able to speak. Though she will be bullied, but she spoke.
Yeah.
And whenever you speak, you have the courage to stand up and speak for yourself and for your fellow women. Be bold enough to chase whatever comes out of it.
I am smiling. You know why I'm smiling? When you said kudos to Natasha. I love when women are given the opportunity or praised when they do something good. But I've just been told that we're going on a short break. We'll be right back. Please stay.
I wanted to add something.
Go to my page. I posted Natasha. I am for Natasha. I want every Natasha out there.
She came up because one of the senators wanted to start to sleep. Wanted to
sleep. Any advice? Are we getting wrong?
No, we're going. Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay.
Welcome back to Women in Conversation here on ITV. I mean, we've been enjoying the discussion. We're talking about the barriers that women that exist in women in leadership, and we're looking at Natasha as a case study, Senator Natasha, and of course Edith has just broken it down. I was just smiling all through because I get excited when I hear that a woman stood up for her fellow women.
Oh yeah.
But Abiodun, let me come to you. A lot of people said she made a mistake by taking it out of the country. You know, she went on the was it the UN thing and all that, and so people said she shouldn't have gone there to speak, that she should have remained in Nigeria and fight the battle here back home. What's your take on that?
I would say, Natasha, well done, because because there was not
kudos, Mama.
Women don't have that voice.
They don't have it.
In United Kingdom, United Nations, no, we hear her out. And to me, she's very brave, very strong, because she could have been killed or assassinated, but God kept her. So to me, I just look at it, what kind of, I've heard my sister said, and the barrister, and Patricia said, about her courage and everything. But at the end of the day, you said something about generation. Yeah, because to me, I want, when I leave this earth, when I die, what legacy are you leaving? What are people going to say about you that matters? So even if she died in that process, at least you hear of different stories of people that have died in the process for the sake of many people. So basically, she was a deliverer.
Yeah.
She started the process. Whereas still, as we said, there's still many people not in positions, women not in positions that they should be, because we're way behind. In the Senate, we've got 3 women.
Can you imagine that?
There's more women in this country than men. So where is their voice?
Yeah, be silent.
Inequality, it's been oppressive. So, so they need to come out and start to put women in the rightful position. Yeah? And then the quota should be fair. It's unfair. It's unfair. So where is the women's voice? So, with the situation that happened, it must have happened for a purpose, for a reason, so that the eyes of the government can open and start to see that there's inequality, there's unfairness, and the courts, it's not. They need to put women.
I think
back in positions.
the men really have to do much. You should treat a woman the way you want another man to treat your girls or your wife or your children. If you bully the woman, another man may also bully your wife or your daughters. You understand? They should stop the bullying. They should allow the women to
this
speak.
Thing that you just said, then you said the men should stop the bullying. I just want to point something out to you, that I hope you know that if there are 10 bullies in the political sector, 5 or 6 will be men and the rest will be women.
For fellow women.
Because women are competitors against themselves.
Yeah.
So I think that is
There's something with language we used to speak in school, they Okpoyo, not they like Okpoyo.
So that is something that, because even the Natasha case, I think
they paid
they didn't stand up for her.
They paid other women to
protest
speak against her.
And they went on the protest.
So, and those women will stand up, and they are even more, bitter than the men that she did.
But why is it like that? That's it.
That brings me to the next question. That brings me to the next question. How can women stand in solidarity with each other?
Enviness will not allow them.
Exactly.
Enviness.
Jealousy.
Yeah, jealousy.
Envy, because I think
unnecessary competition will not allow them.
Bring in pride.
Unnecessary competition will not allow them.
You feel like because normally you could see that first of all, women compare their bodies. that is something that if you're even talking about the issue of body shaming, you see a lady just pass and then two people are like, why is she this way?
Her stomach, see her head.
And
the man will look away. The man will just look and look away and will start saying anyone. The woman can't hold her mouth.
The woman will be the one to criticize.
A fellow woman.
I feel women are also the issue. Because there's no unity amongst us.
They say now who no man the key man. Now the woman that is a fellow woman.
There's no form of unity, and that's a big issue.
Yeah.
Women have to conquer that thing so that you can be able to embrace ourselves, support ourselves. Because I've even experienced it, even in the legal sector too, as well. You find out that people who even criticize you more might even be the women. Tell you, I won't do it this way, I won't take it this way. There's no form of unity. So if we can come together as one, that is what's going to, at least first of all, because they said, what's that saying? That united we stand,
divided we
fall. So just imagine if 80% or 90% of Nigerian women supported Natasha.
Oh, she would have gone to...
She wouldn't even need to go to
outside the country. Anyway, you said unity. That one says unity, we can stand solidarity for one another. What's your own?
Stay unity. When there is unity and we speak...
But you started with enviness.
Oh.
Yes.
You know, you are going the other way now. Why I said some women don't support others because of enviness. Like she said, when they see you doing something, instead of them to support you, they rather talk you down. And when you ask them to go for something like that, they won't. They won't do it. They won't allow you to do it. They will feel jealous. They'll feel they should be the one getting it. They should be the one there. Ask them to go, you see, they will draw back. There are some people that are very good in layback. You know, there are some people that like to come up and do something. When you cannot do something, why don't you support the person that is doing it? When you are not bold enough, you are not courageous enough to speak out, why don't you stand beside or behind the person that is speaking out and cheer the person up? That goes a long way.
Okay, we have 2027 elections coming by. I mean, we're sitting here now to discuss women not supporting each other. What are those measures do you think we should put on ground to be able to have more women in the political field?
Okay, that's why, you know, when we talk about the issue of that unity, it's something we don't have as women. If you bring up a female candidate and say, oh, she's well educated, she's good for the job, 80% of women will tell you no. They will look for the flaws, what she does not have. That is what they will focus on.
And nobody's complete and nobody's perfect.
They will now project and amplify your flaws. So that the men can now talk
Abiodun, are you going to say amen to that?
No.
Are you going to say amen to that?
No, I'm looking at how we can solve this problem.
Good, yeah.
Because, you know, envy, jealousy, where is it getting us?
Nowhere.
Sipping,
Nowhere.
biting. And then when you're looking at 2027 elections, I'm just looking, is there a women's party? Is there anything where, you know, I'm not saying we should be divided with the men, but where, you know, there's a woman that can even join
a political party.
Yes.
You're talking about so there should be a political party for women.
Yes.
Just only women.
Just not.
No, not
I don't know how you do
women,
it, but where at least
more women,
we can have a voice, and then probably join to, because the way they do it in the UK, once you have a party and then you go and you have enough quota, we're more than the men. Yeah. And we're in unity.
Statistically,
there's no way PDP or whatever, they will not come to join, because you will not win the elections unless they join, because you have to place them. Is that right?
That's where they divided. That's because we have no unity.
So I'm not seeing where.
Hold on a minute. Yes, go ahead.
If I'm making sense here.
Yeah, you are.
Yes, what I'm saying. When we can join together and as one, as a voice, that you need to put us in positions so that we can have a voice and make change, because you've led us all this while. Where has been the improvement? Maybe if a woman is there, because we give birth, we have compassion, and I don't know, there's something that goes in our veins that we will not allow to happen. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't know, because behind every successful woman, there's a woman.
Beside every successful woman, not even behind anyone.
Beside, thank you. You corrected me. I just feel that this thing is touching me like this, because I just feel that, so where are the women? You're saying that we're not in positions and we're not, but where are you? What are we doing about it? What are we doing about it?
Okay, what are we going to do about it was the question I actually asked. 2027, it's close by. I mean, the year is running out, and you know how we do our politics in Nigeria and Africa. 2026 will be dedicated to 2027, you know. Politically, everything will start happening, who is coming on board and who is not coming on board. What do we do to get more women to come on board on this trip?
Okay, I think just the way we're here and we're trying to orientate, you know, because of course there are women who will be watching, women who are interested in politics, or even those even already in politics, you know. I think because if you check out of 10 men in power, you will still see one woman, because that is what they do. They try to balance it up,
In
you know,
Nigeria,
improperly.
Yeah,
Yes,
they do.
that's what they do.
They will not use the woman
They
to
will just use
hold the
one
women,
woman.
to market the
Thank
Market
you.
Women
So every
Association.
10, there's one woman.
Yes.
In
And
power.
they do it.
Yeah,
Yes.
they
In
do.
Nigeria.
Yes.
They do it.
They
So
do.
where
They
are
will
the
just
women in the
make
Senate?
that
They're there.
one
That's what I
woman.
said.
Yeah,
Maybe,
they will
yes.
have
They,
just three.
they may
women.
not be in the
Very
Senate
sure, yes,
Okay.
there are women who have that power you
to
know,
mobilize. They
to
to mobilize for them.
to create this political party idea you're talking about. There are women in power who can make that happen. You know, so the few who are up already, who are up the ladder, should be able to at least be liberal when another woman or women who come forward, instead of talking them down or letting the decision of the men overrule your own decision, because that's what happens, because they report back to these men in power.
See, I don't think with what we have would do that part, because if that was the case, how many people supported Natasha?
I was going to come there. I mean, even the few women in the House of Senate didn't speak
They didn't
for her.
support her.
That was so
They
disheartening.
didn't support her.
It
They
was so
didn't speak for her.
disheartening. It was so disheartening.
So
So
she was
that's- that-
standing
I think that's
alone.
all alone.
That's the issue. So that's
All
why
alone.
orientating, at least for them
Yeah.
to know that there's nothing you gain from hating her. Although what they could gain financial gain, because
Like
Or
Barrister
appointment
said.
gain.
appointment, that's
yeah.
it, appointment
Like
gain and all
Barrister
of that.
said, I think I will further buttress it that there should be sensitization.
Yeah.
The women are women that are already up there, political leaders. They should sensitize the general public. They should be an amplifier. They should be a voice for the upcoming women. You understand? If they put out a jingle, it's not a bad thing for women to come into politics. And anybody that venture to go into politics, there should be a support. There should be moral support. There should be, if need be, there should be financial support for any woman that come up into political space. You know, there are few women in the political space, and when you are up there, don't pull down any woman that is coming up. Give them opportunity to come and meet you. If they come there and meet you up there, you never can tell how they will support it and make the more the merrier.
I'm going to say this. It's not all the women. It's not 100% we're talking about. We still have some women that their heart is so beautiful and they are ready to pull other women up. But like we said, the percentage is low. The highest percentage are those women body shaming women, those women that are not standing for women, those women that are not going to support women, those women that will ask, what's she coming here to do? Those women that feel envious and those women that feel threatened. You know, some women are threatened. Even in your workspace. I have been in a workspace where my colleague was just threatened by me.
By your presence.
Yes. And she was going to do everything to bring me down.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I saw this from the day one, and I worked with sense and wisdom. Let me put it that way. So I didn't give her the opportunity to do that, even though she tried. She did everything to want to put me down, body shaming, not allowing me speak when I want to speak. She's like, excuse me, I don't think you're doing it the right way. Let me say
They always
the
know
right
it all.
way."
They always know it.
Yes, they always know.
They want to be.
That's the
They want
right
to
word.
shine. They want to
Yes.
And I
outshine
think the
you.
issue is fear.
That's what I said.
thing is that it
Naturally,
was just-
women are scared.
No, that wasn't fear. That was
Coming to-
envious.
No, I'm saying
is
in the
fear
area
and
of
envious.
So
even
you're going to take her position.
exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
You know,
I
they
think
want to
you're more
shine
of
alone.
an introverted person. I
Yeah.
don't think you would have even been able to stand up to her
Yeah.
or something.
You just
go
shrink.
back into your shell.
You just shrink, and that's it.
Can I say something to all women? Let's appreciate each other. Let's be content with ourselves and do our best to encourage everyone. Because to me, when you say somebody's going to take somebody's position, because I hear it a lot and I've experienced some things, and I said that, listen, if you do your best in wherever you are and be who God has called you to be, whether you encourage the person that is ahead of you. Because as you serve, even the Bible, as you serve them, God will promote you.
And
if
you will
it's
be
not
safe.
your space, don't go there. Because you don't know that by you going there, it can harm you. So just be content where God has placed you. Be
Let
happy
me
and encourage those that are ahead of you.
Let me add to what you just said. To my fellow women out there, please support every woman that you see. Lend a voice, lend a helping hand. You women, take care of yourself. Relearn, unlearn, and make sure you put yourself in a position where you'll be accepted. We shouldn't talk down our fellow woman, and don't body shape any woman. Don't body shape any woman. Every woman out there was created by God Almighty. You cannot create a soul. So the soul that you cannot create, don't body shame that soul. Thank you.
And we should also remove the issue of tribe.
Chisom, I was going to come to you because everybody has just advised the women. So please look straight to the camera and give your own advice.
Okay. So I was flowing with what Princess was saying, because if you were just saying, please love one another, it's not going to work. I mean, they've heard this saying countless times, millions of times. Ladies, there's a lot of women program. Let's come together, let's come together. But you have to take this thing seriously. Remove the issue of tribe and every other discrimination and segregation.
Tribe and religion. Tribe and religion.
She's Muslim. I can't associate with her. This is how they behave. I can't associate with this person. She's from so state.
We have just been indicated that time is up. I mean, time gets up when it's getting interesting. Whether you're a Christian or a Muslim, we are all women, and we serve just one God. Love one another. That's what Abiodun has said. Your last words, Abiodun.
Yeah, I would just like to say that, as we say, love one another. And again, every woman, you have a gift, you have a calling. There's something that God has created you to do before you were formed in your mother's womb. Try and find out that gift, try and find that calling, and be the best woman, be the best sister, be the best wife, be the best person that you can be. Just do your best.
Be the best
eliminate
person.
Anything.
Thank you, Abiodun. Be the best person. Your last words, please.
I would say a woman will shine, but many women will shine brighter.
Your last word.
Okay, my last word will be remove the issue of fear. You want to come out for election, you want to come out in your school, in your church, you want to come out for any position, take away the issue of fear. Be bold, be courageous, and make sure that there is nothing that is going to stop you. Don't look at what people say or what anybody thinks about you. You have your own uniqueness, just the way Abiodun said. So I think
oh yes, we've come to the end of today's program. Thank you, Abiodun, so much. Thank you so much for joining us. And I hope when we call on you, you'll be back here. And then Chisom, I mean, you took your time off as a barrister, your busy schedule. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
And to you, Princess Edith, I know how busy you are making people beautiful. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
Anyway, we've come to the end of today's program. Yes, thank you for being with us. We'll be here same time next week. My name is Patricia Urenu-Gabriels.
Thank you.
This is ITV.
Certainly the best.
It's always an exciting time to have you join us on the program Heritage with yours sincerely, Oluije Oyihohai. Now, today on Heritage, we're taking a trip down to Namibia to go see what they have for us. Now, Namibia has a population of 2.8 million people and they gained their independence from South Africa 1990. Yes, that is history for you today on Heritage. Now, with yours sincerely, Oluije Oyihohai, we will be taking a trip, yes, down to Namibia. Let's go see the special dance they have for us. Don't go nowhere, don't touch the dial.
This is the special Tumpahoki dance of the people of Northern Namibia. These people are associated with the Kavango region of Namibia. The Tumpahoki Cultural Dancing Group is a group of students based in Namibia that performed traditional dances. This group is active in bringing vibrancy to cultural heritage of the people of Namibia, especially during weddings, particularly in the northern Namibia.
kunwa mema. Dada kwa sama kaira ya.
The performance is characterized by a frenetic, shaking and highly agile dance style where the dancers uses the seats to move rapidly. The dancers interact with musicians and the crowd, sometimes chasing other performances who are acting out of fear or bravado. The Tupuhuking dance, the dancers are driven by intense drumming and singing that motivated them to perform to the ultimate expected of them.
Oh,
Mimi mnala tulikita wakule nalikuwa matata. Lei nasta kata. Na mna kulivindi ya kupata kwa magari kidemo.
Sure, it certainly has been an exciting time today on Heritage, all the way from Namibia. Yes, it has a population of 2.8 million people. Yes, that is history for you. Now, till we'll be seen again next week for another exciting time. To have yourself a blessed day and an exciting week ahead of you. Bye for now.
ITV, certainly the best. TV, certainly the best.
Welcome to Market Survey, your weekly guide to the pulse of trade and daily living in Benin City. Following the festive season, many households are closely watching food prices as families return to normal spending patterns after the celebration. On this edition of Market Survey, we focus on two staple food items, yam and potatoes. These tubers are widely consumed across homes and play an important role in everyday meals. With the festive period over, prices of yam and potato have begun to adjust, raising questions about affordability and supply.
We are currently at the market. It is post the festive period, so we are here basically to get to know the prices of items, if they are still expensive as it was during the festive period, or if the festive period has do away with those expensive prices. So our main focus today will be potatoes and yam, to know if their prices is still a bit on the high side or if it is now affordable here in the market. So come with us as we get to know these prices.
I get outside and I still get native yam. I am still there.
So how yam prices for market? How not they buy yam before and now they buy yam now?
Now they cheaper. Before yam dear prices like last year now, also December. The yam dear, but now the yam don't see come down. Then they are booking now just 100 we take the buy yam. Before now the one will be 150. If you see like 100,000 now 80. The price they cheaper.
So these two yam now, which one they expensive? The Hausa or the red yam? Which one they expensive?
Now the red yam they expensive.
So how much are they say the red one now?
And the red one, if you afford 1,500, 2,000, sometimes 2,500. They're the biggest one, 4,000. Then the Hausa, if you get the one of 1,000, they're 1,500.
For the Hausa. How much you say they said this Hausa on one before during December time? We say it dear.
2,000, 2,500 for one. The red one, the big one, if you see 5,000, 4,500. The smallest one, 2,000 for the red one.
If you say that because of Christmas, now make the price increase that.
And because of Christmas.
So now with this price on they buy, if you say it go still reduce.
No, I'm not sure. Then it will go up. Very soon it will go up. You know they carry go up. As this one now, this sounds how you new come out. If you new come out, it go day cheaper. Small time go they go, they hard.
Not come out if you don't they hard to find out a good day.
Now they I know the shade. As I just put on here, now one buy 10 will take 10. One buy one, if you say 2, if you say anyone you want buy, you just pick the one, select the one you want buy. The one they shade down.
You still say you still get what I am. How much they sell?
What I am 1,500, 1,000 day.
I am done cheap now. I be still there expensive.
What I am cheap now, but the get here will stay there.
During December 80?
No, it's not 2 days like that time.
I am today. The nice season.
Nice. This one is the season one. Now we do so. Nice season we all enter so. You never reach time we take the deer.
If it's a preserver.
Like if I put for cement, you never was happening like that anyway. That's why. Yes.
So now heat they make and they spoil. I've been waiting.
Now heat. Okay. That's why. We don't like it. Now only cool we like.
You don't eat spoil, but you get how your pizza do make it good again.
Yeah, no. If you put it, you just throw it away. You know, good again. You know, you never chop that. That's why.
How the prices for yam for market now? You don't dare be still cheap.
It's still cheap, small.
So how much na they sell? How much na they carry before? How na they carry now? Now tip on the carrier, but not the carrier.
Oh. Now 100 they carry.
Okay. So that 100, how much na this carrier?
Depend as it's a big reach. So you carry 100, some carry 200, some carry 180.
Okay. So this one they carry 100 wine. How much they carry before?
Really never reach where they take the cost like that, sha. Now we don't the dry, now take the cost where. But now never to the cost.
So this one, how much they sell one?
2,015.
That be the least price.
2,015.
So this 2,001 a be since last year.
Now so a bill.
How yam before market now? The price it don't go up. I be still it cheap.
Where they see deal? I don't see what it change for inside there.
They expensive.
They expensive.
How much now say they carry?
Depends on the size. Like this size now at least 200.
For how many?
For 100 pieces. You see 200,000. You come for 2,000 naira. And if I carry reach market now, if I tell person now 2,000 naira now because transport never did now. You the years ago I ask you say not be 1.5. And why be say me no buy am for 1.5. If you be say maybe you come for 150 now it will be 1.5. And that 100 pieces, they all they give us 100. They must remove one for inside. They'll give us 99 pieces. You understand? Every day now, at least we go eat. Sure, they will come for school now. We must buy biscuit for them. We'll buy pure water. We will eat drink. So in short, I don't see changes. So I be say a day, my sister. The 6 day expenses.
So even for this young season, you know they cheap.
You know, get it away. Be say they cheap. Now. Up you go they go now because once they don't start the plants now. Like this kind of one, maybe they tell you say 200 now. So that time, maybe you they see 250, 300. Okay. You understand? So now up you go they go now because they won't start planting now. Once they start planting now, the increase may don't go up. So now it be the thing.
So different type of yam day. Which one be the most expensive yam?
Now our native yam, now it they cheaper past this one. Boy, that one see come out. That one see the day cheaper. Because our people they carry a call for farm. But now we be say for everywhere now because of that one now the thing no call they cheap again. But at least see good small. But where that one I know they pass like 3 months, it don't stop. We'll call start this one. And this one be say we'll call do reach the new yam come again. So now be the thing.
If you talk like how much they okay to take say all those 100 yam, how much if you say you go take?
If you be say maybe before now, maybe I buy this one like 100,000 now. At least I'll say 1, 2, 1, 3. Who see get to 200 naira for something? At least see good. At least if I see say 1, 5 now, you see they okay. You understand? At least best way be say get 500 naira or you get 300 naira na something now. I'll see the happy say maybe I go market. But it's more in our shade now. The yam they look with me they look at. Because best way be say one but at least before person your corner will say give me 10 pieces, give me 5. The person your corner you go buy like 1. Even though you not be say maybe I they sell. Me know your fit go market and I will buy. I got like 5 children for house now with my husband, maybe 7 people now. At least I'll buy reach like 2 bags now. Before I come by waiter I'll take it. So the tea they tall and everybody. So I bet me they help us.
How potato be for market now? It don't dare be cheap.
It don't there. It don't cheap. Well.
It cheap now.
It's small price.
So how much now they sell? How much they sell this basket where you share?
This basket where I share. I sell them 5,000 before. Now I sell them 3,500. Okay. You know say it ain't cheap.
So how much now they carry for bag?
Bag. Before I buy 105. Now I buy 37.
So you buy 105,000. But now you buy 37.
Yeah.
That means it don't cheap away.
It don't cheap away.
So
you know see many customers, you know get money. Everybody you know they are angry well. I like the best way they are angry. You come buy market many. Now you know they buy market.
Now as it cheap, market's not there. They're not going to buy.
No going to buy. Small they buy.
Okay.
If they come by, that's almost where they come by. The person will come back to Chesama. No, say they buy me, they buy some more. They buy me, they coach one house. They chop on some more now. They say, my guy, you come some more. They do.
So now business slow.
Now business is slow. It will go up. Even that way, you buy, you will finish, you will come by the buyer.
Okay. But now tips, things for market don't cheap. And just be say people not they can't they buy like that.
Don't they okay like that now. You know, say some people they come buy some more. Okay. You know, say even in Salah today, buy market, even in Salah where today, tomorrow never say go people buy where.
Okay. Say you dey arrange the one where you buy for market now, and then you get some way be say spoil, you want to take preserve am.
Yeah, I know how to preserve am.
Like how you take preserve the ones where don't spoil, make you for see sell am.
No, that one out somewhere. That one is spoil. I want just somewhere.
But you can't store them for one place where be say e no go spoil.
Yes. I go so tonight. I go to me and the person where get potato. I go so tonight.
But they dry am so that no go spoil because now heat this spoil na be na.
Take for motor na make I don't take for road never come na make I.
Okay. So if you spend many days for road like that to go spoil.
Yes.
From the interviews, it indicates that yam and potatoes remain fairly affordable during the festive season, largely due to the balanced demand and constant supply. Unlike other food items that experience sharp price increase during celebration, demand for these tubers remains stable. In the post-festive period, prices have seen slight adjustment. Traders explain that as households reduce bulk buying after the festivities, prices have either stabilized or reduced slightly. Improved supply from farming areas has also contributed to this trend. However, traders caution that future prices will depend on factors such as transportation costs, fuel prices, and weather condition. For now, yam and potato remain relatively affordable depending on the type, offering some stability to household food spending. Today's edition on Market Survey, and we've got to understand that yam and potato prices, they differ, and that of the potato is quite affordable here in the market, while that of yam is relatively to the type of yam. Some of it are still sold the same price as it was sold last year. And that is it on today's edition on Market Survey. I am Stephanie Notoriwa. Thank you so much for staying tuned.
evening of the initiation day, all the newly initiated Edion danced to the residents of the Odion Way and also visited some homes of the various senior elders, where Chief Elder Ogbeide Onwonse was very conspicuous, especially at the country home of Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osawo Igbenedion with his family on the night of the initiation. On the following morning, as part of the rites to be performed by the newly initiated Edion in Okada town, the initiates, led by Chief Elder Ogbeide Onwonse, visited the Esama of Benin, Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osawo Igbenedion, at his Okada country home residence to pay homage and appreciate him for all he has done in the development of the community, which has placed Okada in world map. They also thanked him for his role in the success of their ceremony. They commended the Esama of Benin as a custodian of Benin cultural heritage and for revitalizing the age-long tradition of the age-grade ceremony.
ITV, certainly the best.
Omonoba Nedu Ukwakolopolo, Ewai II, Oba of Benin, stepped out majestically with loud crowd to perform the Sultan rite of his late mother, Queen Mother Ioba Omoni Ikoyeme, Ioba Ewai II, who departed this world 49 years ago. Isoton is a traditional rite of the procession in memory of the departed. Isoton is a traditional rite of the procession in memory of the departed person's spirit in Benin Kingdom. It is usually heralded by public display of the departed person influence during their sojourn on earth. The display of a human effigy symbolizing the departed royal matriarch was preceded by the Oba of Benin, who led the procession from his palace to the Immortal Shrine at King Square in Benin City, where he offered prayers for the repose of the soul of the Queen Mother, Ioba Ewai II. Thereafter, the priest assigned to the Immortal Shrine offered Oba Ewai II items for Isoton on behalf of his family. However, chalk, known as Uri, represented a mixture from royal fans after ancestral spirits were invoked to bear witness and announce his arrival. On his way home, Oba Ewai paid tributes at various pilgrimage sites, including Queen Idia Tomb, the Side Oba Market, where a cheerful crowd of traders abandoned their wares to catch a glimpse of the royal personage and join in the celebration.
ITV, certainly the best.
Oh, my son, my dear. You say, oh, my dear. Oh, we're not here. Yes. Yes, my dear. Where's it happening? Where's it happening? Oh, where's my dear? It's
Sama tope.
Wayagi makpome samane. Wayagi makpome samane. Wakume pwegbidejo. Wakume pwegbidejo samane.
The Esama of Benin Kingdom thanked the new Edion for visiting him and advised them to always abide by the rules and regulations of their new positions. The Esama urged them to indulge in what will continue to bring development and progress to the community.
When I say it's your job, I wait to us and I know what I've ever Papa. Caliban, you know, no, we say, who paid you? Who paid you? Papa. Eko mwana sewa. Ewa ya lote nete dirwe asewa mabo. Awe uwe dine. Ejo uwe. Ejo na wele. jọna polówó ìjọna lórí àgbọn ẹwà ìwọlẹ.
iṣẹ́ o.
báwo gbọ́ bá ọjọ́ wòye kájẹ́lé nẹ́nà ya jẹ́ wòye báwo gbọ́ àjẹwò náà mọ̀ náà máa ṣe lọ́kọ̀ ayé.
ITV. ITV, certainly the best.
ITV, certainly the best.
Waya bota now. Ugi bota we se ni wa. Eni ma gwa kan o wa bun e na na. Unda Adam ko na. Etoni agun egun aye me na. No de kan. Mata. O de kan. Mama. Awe ojo we àwọn kàgèlè àwọn níwọ̀n ní lẹ́wọ̀ máa gùn akáyà ìdábò ní ní yákíá ẹ̀yí máa hóòdù máa yún lókà na fi wò rí ẹ̀mẹ̀kẹ́ náà rọ̀ òyìn náà bá yí yẹ̀dọ̀ yẹn ọgbọ́n ẹ̀gbọ́n ọ̀rẹ́ máa rọ̀ tẹ́mẹ́gẹ́ pásítọ̀ kábàárì wọn námú rẹ̀.
Ibi ẹ̀dùnnáwó mẹ́ wà bí nẹ̀gẹ́ náà ká ẹ̀ wà bí dá ẹ̀ họ. Fún ìgbósàgò wáyà fẹ́ràn ọba àtọ́pẹ́.
Iṣẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́lẹ́ wọn rẹ̀ ọ̀tẹ́ rẹ̀ Victor.
Wí bísú gbẹ́sọ́.
Bísú gbẹ́sọ́.
Ẹ̀dùn náà wà tó náà wù sọ́mọ wáyà bébè nìkẹ́ káyì. Gbọ́gbọ́n dàmú hẹ́ náà. Ọ̀wẹ́ òvìn ẹ̀kọ́ wí ẹ̀bà lè gbé. Nàlá àwòwò. Ude ni màá ní wà ẹ̀dẹ̀ náà wáyà ìròyìn. Náà fúre arúgbó náà ọba àtọ́pẹ́.
Iṣẹ́ mẹ́ ṣe ọ̀bọ́sẹ̀ ń gé inú bí ẹ̀rọ náà rí ẹ̀dọ̀ bá yọ̀ká ọwọ́ ẹ̀dọ̀ ya fẹ́ẹ́rẹ́ mẹ́fẹ́ jò tó wà ọ̀sán náà dé bá wà ya fẹ́ẹ́rẹ́ ọba àtọ́pẹ́ lẹ́ni máa gbà ká ẹni wá ẹ̀ ń dá mọ́nọ́bà náà dò kó àpọ̀lọpọ̀lọ ọba ẹ̀wà ẹ̀mípò gèbà wọ́n dá wà lápò wọ́n dá rí ọba èmi èso náwó náà wà bọ̀ ẹ̀ wà. Okay, èdè máa ya fẹ́ẹ́rẹ́ wọ́n ní ẹ̀ní àtẹ CDA rúndọ́ ní wọ́n náà ìdúró yìí ní bọ́ọ̀wé nílélẹ̀ wẹ́ òhìn náà yí ní akẹ́dùnmí ẹwẹ́ ọ̀dọ́wé ọ̀rẹ́wò táyà rí ẹ̀rí ẹgbà ọdún yìí lámẹ́ ọmọ ní àwẹ̀ tí ọ̀ká gèlè nọ̀tẹ́ wà wẹ́ irú èmi yá zigizigi ọwọ́ èdè lọ́dún wẹ́ adé ọwọ́ èdè yẹ ọ̀làwẹ̀ ìyá awẹ́ diọ́n awẹ́ ìgèlè ìyá ìhàn ẹ̀wọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ ìkórè wọ́n ní ẹ̀yà adọ̀lẹ̀ wò yìí òtọ̀nà yìí náà wá wúwú nọ̀rọ̀ ní dádọ́gẹ́ wọ́n náà kẹ́kẹ́ náà màmá ẹ̀ múdà sẹ́tọ̀ wà dẹkùn ẹ̀wọ̀ ó wà sí wọ́n wà á bò wá fìnnà látà mọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ pàníkàwé rọ̀ àwọn wà sùn á bò wá wẹ́ òmáwé támẹ́ ọ̀dún òwe ọ̀rẹ́ wò òmá támẹ́ lóge ọ̀rẹ́ wò èyí náà yá fẹ́ CDA ọtí àwọn àbọ̀ ẹ̀wọ̀n anáwọ̀ màgbà ọ̀nà màgbà káyẹ̀ náà ènìwọ̀n ẹ̀ ọtí mẹ́gẹ̀ pásọ̀ kábàárì.
dọ́mọ̀nà wọn ìwé ẹ̀dùnnáwó mi wà bí nìyẹn ká ìwé náà ká tó ẹ̀sìn ọ̀fun ìgbésà ọ̀bọ̀ àgùwà ẹ̀rọ wọ́n mi ní rí màá nana ẹ̀ bá ẹ̀mẹ́ ní ọ̀rùn yẹn bẹ̀yọ ọ̀rìmà wẹ̀ ẹ̀rí máa wà ẹ̀ no giver nọ̀rẹ́kẹ́tẹ́ bọ̀dé ọ̀nà wùyí náà ọ̀nà mọ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n náà wọ́n gbẹ́ yẹ bẹ́ wa no rai na wege ujana oyi we onyimo eke ne eva ne wokpokpo pa zenaka tie sidie emni agiu emi oza emi nwe ave mi no makeke no gasunu ne kasunu wedo o magari otone o mayeke no ave gbe ya laiba oriye ne na ke to gba va ona we ma ara dede oni adene okewe ka we akan gbolu e na vigo orere na etia ona we nu yigo na wa gbolu ne owuto we no owa we no sokma e na we sidie ni ga o wa gbolu o wa be boys e na ya kan o we do ziri kan wa ke ba po akan gbogba emi kemi wa o we do ziri gbogba wa ka me di ekere bai owo we va onu yeri bai wa ka fe a we gbewere emi kemi na ka ri wo wa je unye ya wa ka be sin we o wa ro pe nu gbo boy o bo ma sebe ge nu ya sin e bon wa sin na awa aro wa ni wa re o obo kan ri ti egbe ni wa kene ni wa na ikin obo kan e do na pa na aye ya fe ni wa re aba nguna mai we ke so am sin nebote plaster donu mie donu kamai waru 7 na be to do mie ni wan chema tiwe eni ya fe igo na iga no na do asa igo lu we igo ni okmetinye iga no o ma give ani bu iga bo wa o we re have 1 million ona wari igo ni you were egi say am trip ayika oyi do mi we o we gbe si obi re digin oni is fun ni we gbe gadi go be akagele gbe de lórí otoni kiyen e na ya fe oga asunu medo e yo ze no ba ne do ko apolopolo ba no oba iwa no give na we na sun ago asu e go ni yara egbe na oke do ma doge ara ga gbe ana ga gogo o ma ye pe kere na wo mani eri mi na odun we yen we na gba orebu don ze okagele ba gbe na ya gba orebu na ga dole bu we don ba ori nwina no ba we ni ara ye so man ni magibe miena we unyime ogo kagele na gibe zena ona ibi do aho kere do aho ge esidie da sogo e ba ni ma ona tun akamede na we egbembe ni e ma bebu oba atokpe
ni wa he no tai unda awon mwewo na dayi
awe dolo yi
atewe na dolo yi na we do aye o kagele kebe odun we no so egbe bi yen ne o ha mi ke na mu ya uda ihe nu ve ihe ni o me no wo ma ni e me nu ta e ono fe boy te boni gbe to lowo ma ho ewe do iru here as we bible e yaro ono vi e bible na o kagele bo e odun we ari fi ari egwa e wa we le li ari na ha we o mana o so egbe wo yo pogeba are mo odon we na yo ka e ma ni ile le yan be aro o ka gele mu da igba mano mu da egele no mu da se ti orun to e wo na bi e no o be e ne e ke na e to se ke na e wese awu no de ba ya nguna mu da e je ma se ti wa ju wo aberio adu ani nyemaya so po no do lade awon ma yeta e ma on ma yunuka ese semesi iya nguna sea e wo ni aye iya nguna sea o ye re mo don we wo kagele e soro ni ma se de ri odion o wa ro yan odion we o ho ne we e wa ewe ni dado re ga de ni ado vi hen odion we ya ipe pigbe o ko kiana pe na mu erin ni he odon we so ma yere odon ewe so wa ye mo odon we ni ana ri odon we be okare le ri egwa uda oze ni awo ni aru oro ote ibizugbe owe ge
owa ge ohun ogwe hu awe na ge miamia e na ge fian ba e no mami emo kagele emo dion we na no bana we yin bege arunyi me atosi ni wa ni bunga anyi ona wo ke na gbu we wa ona gele mama bamba na nia ni buna ye ni asio owewe yeke okeke ni ande ba yen gbo emana yan mo ku worion o wa 20 bon egbo ma so fa ma yiri hen de ga na me wu we gele mu egbeyo lu ya nwini nwina no ma no gbia púpọ̀ rẹ̀ náà wọ́n pákẹ́kẹ́ náà lè rí ègbò ẹ̀ máa ọba pàtọ́pẹ́ bàbá ìyá mẹ́yìn láàrin nùgẹ̀rẹ̀ rámọ̀ ẹ̀wò tí wọ́n wẹ ǹhùnú gé mẹ́rin tí kí n àwọn iná zẹ́bẹ̀ nù gbà lọ. náà yé náà ní ìbún dẹ́ẹ̀dẹ́ rẹ̀ gbọ́ ni kọlọ̀ yọpọ́n ẹ̀yìn àyíwá ahọ́ ní adó ara ìwà mú ipò ní nẹ̀ ọwẹ́ ọba zọ̀mọ́ ìyẹn sẹ́ẹ̀mà níkẹyìn náà nẹ èmi náà kẹ́yìn gáyú nungi ohun yẹn rí kábà máa yéye yẹn wẹ ẹ kàgé lè yá o lè má wé rọ a Bible where out of 12 there was one Judah who dọ́ni who wá wó ìbìrì ọ̀kàgé lè má mi esu ni wé yé rọ yé rọ sábà náà fi esu yẹn wọ́ kàgé lè má rẹ who dọ́ni ọjọ́ wé amú ẹ wò náà táwọn gbẹ́dọ̀lẹ̀ wọ́n ní yìí ọwọ́ gì ayé wọ́n ná ẹ̀ẹ́nẹ̀rẹ̀ máa ronú ẹtí ẹ̀ọ́gbọ́ kàírèlè nígbà tí gbọ́jọ́ wèrè rí ọ̀hínà wọn ẹ̀mí ẹsẹ̀ tí ìyá lè lò ha lè lò dẹ́ nuwẹ́ yá rere nu adúlá ní ìyẹn máa ọ̀rẹ́ rà dí àwẹ̀ ọ̀yọ̀ nù rà tẹ ùrẹ̀wé nìyà wà lò dẹ́ ẹ̀kẹ́nẹ̀ nàláyà wí koko wà lò bọ́ ọ̀kùnrin náà kàánù wà ní yèwò dọ́ wẹ́ẹ́ di agúnìmùnà ní rè wúrà wọn náà rà mà ìyẹn iná sọ wà ehun aka ya sowe ogen we do ka we o awo ere ba ma ere ba ma ke ma we wa ehun ti gbe udota we otopa ehun otiva e ma hin oni na we la hin dere aga hin ara ni nkan awu wa hin awu ni e logo but o logo ma ro ga ire ado yi ego ojo we ore wo ni egen wa na we ya odi eke ojo we hon o aga iga ku wa de odo wojo we ogima odo we do nunu we yi me ma ga we no seven na do ni e unyime no gba unyime no ba wi egwala hotel na na wo na me ke na hehe o ga manu we o ga manu me e wo o ga lawo da o ga ro e anu ga fi wa yo na la wo na ki egwede gbe ode no ma gba no ro ni na wo no ba ka oba atope
ise eni wa he no tai wa no da hima na wa ogima so kun yin wa yin leso yin wo ogun ọba wà kí orí ẹ̀wò kí èmi náà súnú òtọ̀ náà kí ẹ̀nà wà ní wẹ̀ ló kàgèlè wẹ̀ wà ní wẹ̀ òtọ̀ náà wọ́n bàtú náà òtú bàtú náà nínú orí akíọ̀ àkí ẹ̀nà wà ní omi èrèbe lásán ebe yọ ní úyà rẹ̀ ọ̀wá ló yà kíọ̀ wẹ̀ bòde wẹ̀ ẹ̀rẹ̀ náà gbèrè àyà kíọ̀ àwọn ọ̀nà wọn ni yàbí ebèrè ayàbí ebèrè adùn agbẹ́yọgbẹ́rẹ́ ẹ̀zọ́ ìlàrọ̀ ògbẹ́sọ́ wàwàtà mẹ́sọ̀ náà wọ́n yà á bọ̀ wà ní ìwọ̀n ẹgbẹ́ náà yà bọ̀ ẹ̀ wà sùn abọ́ ǹda ara ìbò wáyọ̀ rẹ̀ àyígbọ́ rẹ̀ ò wá ní wẹ̀ẹ́ ẹ̀bọ̀ wẹ̀rí ẹ̀ ní ùsọ ẹ̀bọ̀ ní wẹ̀ vẹ́ bẹ̀ẹ̀dẹ̀ náà rí ewé adìẹ̀gbà ẹ̀ ní ìyára mọ̀jọ́ wẹ̀ẹ́ ọjọ́ wẹ̀wẹ̀ gbọ́sọ̀ máa rẹ̀ máa tà náà wẹ̀ ní òwe rúta ni ẹ yẹ̀wò dé awọ́kàrí sọ̀rọ̀ yẹ́ ẹ̀rẹ́ ta awọ́kàrí sọ̀wọ́ abún nẹ́gẹ́dẹ́ ṣe dá yíyún èsì ọjọ́ wẹ̀ náà gbá yẹ ẹ̀wọ̀ ìlú lámẹ̀ yẹ́gí sẹ́yọ̀ ọjọ́ wẹ̀ ọwọ́ àfihàn ibi ẹ̀ka sọ̀bàgbé ọ̀fihàn níwọ̀n sọ̀bàgbé ní àwàyà àdúrà kìíní uwu náà yà fìyàn rà ekele òdẹ́rí ayé nọ́mà kẹ́kẹ́ ní ayé ìyàn yà sún ra gbòbẹ̀rẹ̀ lílẹ̀ ìyí náà yí náà yà dọ̀lẹ́ wò yìí nà sọpọ́ ọmọ yẹn dùn náà yẹ ẹzọ wẹ̀mí ẹzọ náà hẹ̀rí ẹgbọ́ ẹ̀dẹ́gbẹ́dẹ́gbẹ́ ebe náà gbẹ́rẹ́ bí náà yà sàn ní dádọ́gẹ́ ẹ̀ bí náà yà mí dádọ́gẹ́ tọ̀ ẹ̀ ẹ̀ yà rọ̀ àwọn náà dọ̀ àgùn ayọ̀ oore ni wàá mú bá gbé ọkọ ipò ọsẹẹsẹ ọtẹ pásítọ̀
dọmọ
fún ayọ.
ẹdùnnú pọ̀ wàá mi ẹwẹ òyìnbó náà na gwakana no miewe okagele ihe ido suena inwe oza e omubori egewo ori ege utedu nunda amaka he doga egbe unyime na no ma deyo no ma heke nunda be ne bo aya dene edo ya fe aji no ja imeweri mago mono ba ne do kwa polopolo ewa no giver ka ewe inwe na yegi gwalo eneri magwa ka ba ma yebi tan we oba nyato ke ma ya se webu ba ya ka we ke ya si gwo popo opa bo te do na ya fe yonya e ayi temie ga yodion we yebo no ro pa ebo ga ikwe yo na wodion we na hin ye to bi ebe zo ka gere ni aya nwina ni ga gugwon ga ho no eme ni ori elelegbe ebo iri e payari e ma monoba omonoba atokpe odion we oge ebo na e na hin ke wo ka gere no ze e no ba tie ulame na ami ke na ulame zebe governor or ulame wo can do take a oath of allege it e bota odori oath chief judge areba no do ven where in ado gwoba do level yi a governor ni ekina ye do ulame anywhere emi aya do level na yere ye mare do dia oga be commissioner eriono obe yali ulame oga be senator or ulame oga be councillor or ulame ami kenara yula ya katikari abe ulame be church ado mi wa be ze be zo we ze na we a pastor no say ni unwe pastor se no da biore owo ni ado ulame na ado mi we okpo na mu ejina no aya do lebo de uki oba uri abo ye oba bo kenana ulame ro iga zuwo dio we o ha mu e uwuye egwa ya ulame oni we mwegbe no ayare ya umwegbe no aya fie ebo weri eyo babo umwegbe no ya no ke ya gemo ba se o ma weri o ewe ki won ke ko we won e ko we gba we emi o paro o ma mwegbe no ado yare ya ebo o ya ulame no we ya nya ka we ire ni do dole boji ege ni agbe manu salo bolari eme ni aya dolebo ino aki otokpa gbaba ebo na iri oboyo na ki otokpa gbaba otomaka dene iwe na kion igolu eri ono aya sa gbava egeme ihi akwe na do migi kanwa egeme ihi akwe otomari ne na we gbedo ri ekian egeme oni ulame aya bi oboyo bo wa wonu kwe yo wa wonu fie me were wa we uino ba yi wa isebo na ja we yi uyawo be oni ulame uve unyanyani ukpa wega ikpa na mire iye keme we yawu umuda khulame ni nura ayulame be kotu we omi yaji we kian ebo ga ai moleoki awoma e omi yaji kan we mu bible na won bo ulame we ayuna wa wonu toge yeme nu do tama e moleki ya we mu e quran yo bo wa wonu toge nu do tama o ka we ko saloboa ani ulame ni we gele sun agui e gbo wa ze gwagwagwa e ko we ye were we nu tara uyere ulame nujo babana enu we yitara o masunu na na uze dia afe na werie egba me gi gba onu o ma werie e ma odio we no ma ulame bo ka gele o me mi o me nori e ho oba atope
anyway wa honya odio we wo ka gele no ma ulame no ba e wai o me nu ya ka yeko so pa ka mu we na e me pa nu ya ka yeke wo ba dare wo da la po wo mo no ba wa gidi gan awa we ta me wo ya fe dade wo igwe ya fe na fi oto no ba oba onya to ya fe eso ba ze da yo wo ye me mi ehia ma wo ni ari ene no ba so pa aye wo yi ne wo ba nya to goge wa ya be alu e oge ni to wa igwe boyo we yo na we do dai ho be na we ni me wa e ma onu si sunu ye ni enyu wa we fi to gbe mo no ba ne we no jo we nu wo jo we ki we wo wo ka le we ki we ye gba u ya uta mi na we gba u adam ko he mo na te na ya ma wa na u da ye no pa ya sun e iye no ma yo kere ga de ogba yi pe ane no jo we wu u ma yo ya ka wo jo we pa na ri we yo ogba ipe ane ne wa ike aro ipe ne pisen eso ipe ha ya wa mudo ya wa kin loto aye ni oba ro ya fe we yo na e na ya fe ma o da gu wa gan da wi wara eni uyo woto uyo ba orewu e wara eni ni gege te ma ta fio ege bi kan pon ni ma ye benu gbere o ti ma no re igwo saje be ọpọn iye kọfíà wọn ọwẹ ìyẹn ọdún òwe rí sọ ìgbé sọpọn yẹ ké rí mu náà bẹ jẹ pa mìíràn èsọjà nù eri yẹn ọwẹ bọwọ nàti igbó sàgé ló wà dàrí ọmọ ẹnìyà ọ̀rẹ́ ènìyàn ọyìn apá ọ̀nà tí wọn pa ọ̀ka ayélujára ní ọ̀nà wẹ yẹn ọdún òwe sọ ìgbé yẹn yàrá wẹ hẹ ọ̀nà wọn náà da yìí nìyẹn ọ̀nà wà láwòwò èmi náà kẹ̀kẹ́ náà rú ọ̀hà rẹ̀ ọ̀nà pa ọ̀rẹ́ sùpọ̀ pààrọ̀ ya yìí náà wòlé gbére ọ̀rìtáyà ni ọ̀tẹ̀mẹ̀ kọ́yọ̀ ẹ̀wò wà dọ́mọ̀ wà rẹ́ so ọkọ̀ òpó ni wọ́n da yìí mẹ́ ìrẹ́nì ìwọ ni àrí ẹgbà ìwọ ni nílé ọdún òwe ọwọ́ òkì òye yẹ wa ọwọ́ yẹn mọ̀ kárẹ̀lì náà ọwọ́ yẹn mọ̀ ọdún òwe náà yá igbó sàjẹ́ ìyá ìwọ̀ ọ̀dà ìwọ̀ rẹ̀ ọwọ́ yẹn mú ní ọyẹ́ ẹgbà ayé ayé náà èmi yọ máa kẹ́kẹ́ yeye ọmọ rẹ̀ sún ẹgbẹ́ dé ìwọ̀ wà rẹ̀ zẹ́kẹ́ nìyà ọyẹ́ náà ó bẹ pàgbẹ́ ní ìdáyẹmẹ́ ewu amawo dukpogi na dukpogi se wenaze wala ho abe okare le ya fe ni ma wa mu wo ni ma so kwa awe gi o he so ke awe ka we so iya agwalude na ya mo yupore de ni ano o ma sin abo igo na ga ewo o ma sin obo o wi o he o na wu yan no na ọ̀nà wíwẹ̀ ẹ̀sọ́ wà wèrè àwọn ẹ̀wà wẹ̀ kan di ẹgbà ẹwà má ọmọ náà bá dọ̀lẹ́ yìí ní wà ní wà kó ègbè etí má nìwé rí pé ẹ̀zọ́ inú po wà ẹ̀yà gbí ìrònú wà ẹ̀yà gbí ẹ̀zọ́ tọ̀ bí pé ìpè ní awárọ̀ ẹ̀wò ní dẹ̀dẹ̀ nù ọ̀sùn wáyà má ọ̀sùn wáyà dọ̀lọ́ ẹ̀nìyí náà fi wọ̀nàwọ̀nà ọ̀wọ́ ẹ̀gbùpẹ̀ gbọ̀ wà ẹ̀ onyìmẹ̀dì wà rẹ́bà wàhíà ẹwà ìwárọ̀ kàrẹ́ ní wàrí ẹyọ ọmọ sí iná dọ́ọ̀wé sẹ̀rọ ẹ̀rọ ẹgbà ní wẹ́rẹ̀ ní wàrí ẹyọ ní ọmọ tí ìwé tó ta ẹni yàfẹ́ rẹ ẹ̀yìn màgẹ́ ní wọn abẹ́ ọ̀kàgẹ́lẹ̀ ọ̀tẹ́mẹ́ ìyẹ́kẹ́lẹ̀ yọ.
mami ọwẹ́ ude ẹ̀yìn mà yébu ń dáwẹ́ n'agúgbọ̀n náà hẹ́mẹ́ ọ́nì ọ̀ìnàgún à owi ma te gu awe na gun gba ni mi te ya na ya so pin no mi ame ke iwo gbese yen pe na he bude na se de ro ma ni wa fi were e me bere ewe edona to oye e London e bo ye kuwere so pon e ma ni we awe gbudu awe ebo de ro pa yan ayire we no si popo to fiabo una ya vi he ne be egua we ro pa de ebo ware ne iye ke oke ọmụ ụhọ ẹ̀yìnà oke ọmụ ụhọ rọ̀pàrọ̀pà na ma ẹ̀rọ abọ́ kàgẹ́dẹ̀ ni ma ọ̀sọ̀ abọ́ kẹwẹ́ gbà kẹwẹ́ tọ́ ní díẹ̀ tó tí ara rẹ̀ ti gbà wà tí ọjọ́ òwe nà ma nà hẹ́mẹ̀ nà ọwọ́ ẹ̀rí nà wẹ́ mẹ̀wẹ́ hẹ́hẹ́ ẹ̀dàgbọ̀n wẹ́ tọ́ra tán ma mi mà ní ká wẹ́ ọba ẹ̀rọ ẹ̀wẹ́ rọ ọgẹ́ gbìn nípa yẹn ọ̀kẹ́wẹ́ kẹ̀ nọ́gí òun ọba àtọ́pẹ́
ẹ̀dùnú pẹ̀wò nálà ọ̀bẹ nìmi ayá mànẹ̀dó ẹ̀yìn màjé ǹda ọmọ ẹ̀ máa ta sẹ́tìn ju lu ẹ̀ ọmọ ẹ̀ òwògì yàwìn náà wùgà hẹ́ wẹ́ ọ̀kpa bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ọ̀dìọ́n wèé yìí náà má yẹ bò ọ̀kẹ́ azọ́ kàgẹ́lẹ̀ nìyà ìyẹn gà á mẹ́ kẹ́ sí rọ ọ̀dìọ́n wèé wọ́n mú ẹgbẹ̀ náà dọ̀lọ́ ọmọ ẹ̀ máa ta ọ̀bẹ zẹ́ báyìí ọ̀gá ọmọ fùwé ọ̀dìọ́n wèé nìyí ọ̀bẹ gbàlọ́ ọmọ fùwé náà ọ̀dẹ báyìí wìn náà tùpá ǹda ẹ̀dọ́kà ẹ̀wẹ́ ọmọ bí ọgbà kẹ́ ọ̀dìọ́n wèé wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ àwọn wẹ̀gẹ́lẹ́ mọ̀ ìgbẹ́nu ayé àdọ́lẹ́bọ̀ iná ọba dọ̀mọ̀nùwẹ̀ rí yàkàrà dọ̀mọ̀nùwẹ̀ ló dàwọ́ mọ̀nùwẹ̀ yà wíná nùwẹ̀ yà là ẹ̀bọ́ ní dé ẹ̀ ẹ̀bọ́ ní kí yà bẹ́ẹ̀ kẹ́kẹ́ náà yẹ Emanuel ni ya gogo aya ni obono wa de domosa awa to e ya ye omi no kwen o mu da we e ko no we gbe emi nwe emi no ma keke nu vi oboyi nu lu o ka ge le yawo so pun we mi aye kolo yokma emi amia we igba ma we ke akin o ke ro kin edion ara emi we we ri esi ko e mi uyere ubiele yo to wa si ano mo ake ma gbe ake eko gbe ya fi ka ba epe ti o mi ni opa e ke ano e gbera ba na la wo e no so bo mama a ta ile lo mama apa e no so bo maria unda ye ba eke a si ano mo wa be bi e inye danke unyi me dan a be talili we no ma opa no ma eva inye me ga le ni yan so o ba no la o ni ma ge ye mi dan na ye mi dan e ma oba ga to pe
anyway ya iwe oko ye gban
ma na na mu ge na yo to e ke ma gitu pe gitu ko awo ka gele wala wa ki we ri egbe ni wa de ye gbe ya via ihe ojo we dolewo yi mi no ba kai na mi we okim so na mu aburo oba to pe
ise
igetu ka oge ite oga fu egbe idioma na la ibi okagele ozukpogeva na vi oboyo de won yeke odo oka orite na ya dole woni yi no do ra osa yo oba atope
ise mejo tu oka o ya fe kadeka ti oka unu ame ye e mata no do la ni awe zonu wa we hon biara agbina na bu egwa o sa no gwe to oteme evi amanu wa ya fe aboka ya fe awe edion we awe oka orire dade wo ya fe mewe le yema jotu wa we le etion wo monoba etion sa lo bo audazi ya jotu wa ya fe ebo wa dunanu wa iyo boni ma wo wa orin ma supanu wa dole wo yinoba no ọba àtọpẹ
ise
ITV, certainly the best.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us on the program, Healthy Living. What is the kidney?
The kidney is an excretory organ in the body, which is for metabolism.
Tuberculosis affects many organs in the body, but the common ones it usually affects is the lungs.
Epilepsy is a neurological problem.
Okay.
It is an injury in the brain, which causes someone to begin to convulse, to go into fits.
It is curable, but the cure is a long-term thing.
If you eat well and avoid those risk factors that will make your immunity to be down, then the risk of contracting tuberculosis will be reduced.
If you're healthy, then you're wealthy.
ITV, certainly the best.
Hello viewers, welcome to Viewpoint on ITV. I am Caroline Okonji, and it is that program that gives you and I opportunity to talk about some of the trending issues in the country and how it affects us as citizens. So today we're going to be talking about the withdrawal of police personnel from very important personalities in the country and how it's going to be affecting us as individuals, or better still, how it's going to impact us as citizens. And then again, the debates on legalizing gun ownership. So let's go talk to some persons and hear what they have to say in regards to this topic. It is Viewpoint on ITV. I am Caroline Okonji.
The Nigeria security architecture, I think it is a very, very wrong approach at this time. When you talk about developed countries and thinking of how police operate, the environments are not the same. First, we do not have good roads. That when you call for police in an emergency response, if it's like in the developed countries, you see police appearing within minutes. You hear of cases of assassinations in places like America. It's only a matter of days they will find the killers of those people. Those are not the situations in Nigeria. People kidnap people in their houses, people kill people on the way, they don't even know who the killers are. The only thing too that also makes some of these people not to be on the road is the simple reason that when they know that there are escorts following some VIPs and some people on the way, they know that it's possible that at some point they will see unexpected police presence. But when they now get to the point where they now say, no, they cannot go with police and then the road is free and all that, you are only inviting terror back to us. If I'm traveling on the way and I know I'm licensed to have a gun in my car, some other persons are coming, and maybe we run into hoodlums, and they know that out of these 20 cars, there's a likelihood that 15 to 16 have arms in them. That will also create that sense of security for the people that are involved. So I just think that it is, yes, the idea to say let's have police at different points is there, but the architecture and infrastructure to support such an idea, we don't have it yet. You don't have drones flying everywhere. If you are overseas, you press a button in your house, they know it is emergency. The police will come, condone off your area, and the people cannot even escape. The police right now, as they are, first, there are no vehicles, they are not well equipped. So how do you even do it? I think that the decision by Mr. President need to be reviewed.
I see it as a right development based on this issue that the president has made concerning police should be withdrawn from notable personalities that are in our society. You discover that for the police to be able to combat insecurity, we have less police in the society. Most of all these notable personality, you just discover that one person will be having 10 police. 10 police. If one particular person is having a police, about 10 attached to him, and the common man has no security to be attached to him, he has no security to be attached to him, then what is the fate of the masses? But to my own take, with this direction, this step that the president has taken, that all police official, army and the officials should be withdrawn from notable personality, is a welcome development, so that these officers will be able to go to the city, go to the street, go to the rural area to be able to combat these bandits. Because if all this caliber of men, notable personality, are be giving policemen policemen are attached to them, it will not be a wake-up development. But if they withdraw them, everyone, all hands will not be on deck to fight insurgency, to fight bandits. But when these men are secured, they will feel less concerned about the masses. I believe that with this step that the president has taken is a very good step, so that security for lives and property concerning the common man will be appreciated. On these aspects, it has advantage and it also have disadvantage. It is good for people to have self-defense against this insecurity. But the other way around, when every man is given that license to get a gun or harm himself against attack, sometimes most people will not use it for self-protection, but rather they will begin to use it for destructive activities, like going into using it to embark on armed robbery and different. If somebody offends somebody, he can just bring out his gun and do killing. That is why it will not be encouraged. But the only advantage for the government is that let them employ more hands, let them get more securities, people, recruit them, train them, tell them what to do, the rules and the dons that will govern their security apparatus. All these things should be put in place. Then with more and being employed and well paid, I believe that with all this they can be able to contain this insurgency and bandits in our country.
We all know that the constitutional role of the police is the protection of lives and property. And like the president has rightly stated, the protection of lives of Nigerians are very paramount. And like the VIPs are still part of the citizens that the police is constitutionally empowered to protect. But you also realize from where the president is coming from, these VIPs form more or less like less than 10% of the larger population of Nigerians. And in that light, he feels that more attention should be given to the masses, to the larger population of Nigeria who are now faced with the challenges of insecurity, while also trying to address the manpower need of the Nigerian police. So in that regard, I totally support that directives that all available manpower now should be channeled towards the protection of the majority of Nigerians outside the VIPs that took a chunk of that number. Looking at on the right of Nigerians to own guns, I still believe that Nigeria is not yet ripe enough for such. Even in countries where they have such policies, they are trying to go back. If you see what is going on in America now, they are even trying to look at gun rights laws to see how they can be reviewed. So it's not a policy that has worked or that has been sustained in even where it is currently in force. So for Nigeria, it is not just our only gun that will solve the problem of insecurity. I can tell you, with the kind of anger, with the kind of issues we have now, if Nigerians own guns, they will be using it to settle personal scores, not even the insecurities now. So that might not really solve the problem. I think solving the problem, we need to go into community policing, volunteer security, seeing how well we can domesticate security, make security the duty of everybody, not necessarily a centralized arm of government like you have the centralized police now. So with that, I believe we can substantially bring down, if not to a barest minimum, the current challenges we have now. So it's not really whether we carry guns or not that would solve it, no.
It is a very good thing that the president is actually looking at how he can, curb security by having a lot of, security personnel on ground. But, if you have to fight insecurity by creating another level of insecurity, that's a very big problem, all right? Yes, we know that the VIPs have a lot of this, security escort with them. But if you look at this person too, they are human beings. And, somebody who has that kind of, level of position requires some level of security, around him. So for me, I will not, totally say that it is okay to withdraw all the, security personnel from the VIP. No, I do not think that's the best way to go. Instead, I think they should look for a way to have more persons in the force, in the military, in the police, and every other security agencies that can help, in this insecurity. Because the VIP are human beings. The right to own a gun, I really do not think that Nigeria is matured for such a thing. Yes, we have that in some developed countries like America, but I do not, advise that such law should be put here in Nigeria, because a lot of persons are going to take advantage of this particular, situation, and they use it to do other very, very, malicious activities. So I do not believe that Nigeria is ripe for, self-ownership of gun at this particular point in time.
Insecurity in Nigeria has eaten so deep into the life and well-being of Nigerians. Like in the area of business, it has affected us a lot. Like, for example, those our mothers who travel to village markets in this season of December, where they travel to buy plantain, yams, and others. We see many of them were unable to do this because of the insecurity, and that has also affected their own family, because they will not be able to provide for them because they were unable to do their business the way it ought to be. Like those of us in the real estate sectors, I think it affected us the more, because this is one of the most funny December I've ever experienced, whereby our brothers and sisters in diaspora, they are scared to return home to celebrate with us. And after they have saved this money, and they buy property at the end of the year, so that at least they will not count on one thing that they have achieved. But this time, many of them, they give up. Instead of coming to Edo State or or Nigeria to buy property, you will hear them saying that they want to go to places like Singapore, places like Spain. They will tell you the money they will use to buy property in Abuja, like maybe 350 million, 150 million, 200 million, is enough for them to get property in Spain. And that property in Spain will give them high return of investment than the property in Nigeria. And another thing that affected those in diaspora and the VIPs, let me use that word, very important personalities in in our country is the new law that has been passed by the president that police personnel should be withdrawn from this set of persons. And you know, the current situation of insecurity in Nigeria, so these persons, they will not be free to come in, because it's as if them coming in, they have signed their death sentence because the security is a threat to them. And at the same time, the police personnel that would have been of assistance to them to guide them is being withdrawn. So it's just as if they want to jump into a hot fry pan. So these ones is what stopped them from not coming to Nigeria, and it affected our business a lot. So those persons we are all to care for, these things restrict us to do a lot for our loved ones. Because if you don't sell property to get money, so there's no way you are going to spend money. So if you check, though we are having traffic and all these around, but the truth is that the well-being, the lifestyle of these our citizens is being compromised, because insecurity has caused them a lot. If the guns is being legalized to every citizen, it's going to cause more havoc at this initial stage. So I believe instead of legalizing gun to individuals, let's recruit more local security personnel that understand this terrain of this environment, because a stranger will not know my community more than me. So if they empower these personnel, give them good sophisticated weapon that they can use to withstand these perpetrators, the criminals, it will be able to at least help us a lot. So owning a gun or legalizing gun to Nigerians, you know, Africans, there's a way we think. Even some of the trained policemen that they are handling weapon, we see what happens after some of them have taken what they are not supposed to take. After they get, when their adrenaline get high, when they are angry, we see how they misuse the gun. So now legalizing gun for a trained person, a civilian, is going to cause more havoc and disaster to us. So I'm not in support of that.
While the opinions of our respondent varies, and some as think that the statement by the president to withdraw police personnel from VIPs in the country in order to combat crime, some are also saying that it is not a welcome development. But in all of this, the security of citizens and properties should be a priority. That is what people are clamoring for, and it is something that should be done in order for lives and property of citizens to be secured and for security to be guaranteed. It is Viewpoint on ITV. I am Caroline Okonji. Many thanks for watching.
ITV, certainly the best.
This is Anegbete community, situated in Isako Central Local Government Area of Edo State. It is an agrarian community with united people that promotes unity and oneness for peaceful coexistence. The inhabitants of the community migrated from Benin, the cradle of black civilization, a kingdom where king is truly king. The ancestors of Anegbete saw that age was the main determinant of leadership in the rural setting, and the eldest man in the settlement was regarded as the leader who presided over meetings, and his authority is held in high esteem. To further strengthen this unique system of leadership, age group evolved in Anegbete. In Anegbete, age group is categorized into two, that is the common and the noble. Anegbete is rich in cultural heritage, as the community at noon saw the commitment of the festival with the first set rolled out in beauty colors to showcase their might and strength, indicating their feet and ready for the responsibilities behold on them. The streets in the community with a feed up of young men and women adorned with the festival. Later, the royal family takes the stage as their children fight out royally and work in the community to showcase their might and fitness.
My leader.
Ugieni Madonna, Imazedion, Overo, Ovesni Agbo, Emanazo, or Ugieni Madonna.
You will have to serve the community for 30 years before you come to this stage. They will ordain you of your title. Then by then you are one of the elder.
This year now, we don't read the year, so that's why we can do this year.
Historically, joining the Elders' Council, an individual must have reached a certain age and must have made significant contributions to the community through leadership, service, or other meaningful ways.